I'm Cara with Wild Camden Sleeps, and today I'm going to walk you through the process of making this shirt using your Cricut machine. We will walk through the design process, the cut process, and then the application process. So let's go ahead and begin on our computers, and let's launch Cricut Design Space. Let's get started. So I'm already in my Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click New Project. And then from there, I'm going to upload a font that I like. So you're free to use any of the Cricut fonts that you have, but I specifically like one that I found in Canva, and I use it all the time. So in Canva, which is free, I created this image. I eat a watermelon seed, and the font is Playlist Script. So I just downloaded it, and it's already saved on my computer. So I'm going to open that in my design space. So I'm going to go upload image, browse, and I just stuck it on my desktop. Right, oh, I don't see it. Find it really fast. Okay, I'm gonna open that. And then you're gonna pick what kind of shape it is. I'm just gonna go with simple. And hit continue. And from here, I'm gonna weed out, so to speak, the sections that I don't want. So this background color, I'm gonna select. And you'll see it be removed when it turns transparent like that. And then I have to get inside all of the shapes that have circles on them. Enclosed circles, I should say. And it takes a second, but it's not too bad. And the nice thing is, they have this preview tool, so I can see if I have anything else I need to get out of there. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. My only concern is right here on the W. It almost looks like it's gonna cut out tiny shape there, so I might just erase that a little bit so that I have a smoother line. You see what I'm talking about right here? So I'm just gonna get my erase tool and just carve it out. Little by little until I get it exactly how I want. And if you're using a Cricut font, you aren't going to have to do this part. You'll just put the font in there when you are ready to go. But yeah, I feel a little bit better about that. I'm going to smooth out any other edges that I feel might look weird when they're cut. Maybe we'll even just get rid of this section right here. Here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue. And you have two options for saving it. You can do it as a print and then cut, or just as a cut image. And I'm just going to save it as a cut image. So I'm going to save this as watermelon font cut image and hit save. And I've already done this before, so you might see that I have two of the same files on my computer. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and click my image, and I'm going to insert it. Now you can tell it's already way bigger than I want. So I'm going to resize it just so I can see better, but I know I measured on my shirt earlier, and I like it to be about 8 inches wide, so I'm going to go from inch 1 here to inch 9. And that'll give me about an 8-inch spread. I like to keep it off the edges just to make it easier to cut and to see. Font's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and add an image of a watermelon. So I'm going to use one from Cricut Design Space, and that's going to be under Images, and I have searched watermelon. And the one that I want is this one right here. And I'm going to go ahead and click Insert Image. And you can see I like this one because the seeds are separate from the rind and the watermelon, so it makes it really easy to cut. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these 2 layers because I don't need them. And then let's go ahead and position it how we want. So you can see my font kind of slants, so I'm going to have my watermelon kind of mirror that slant. Okay, and I might make it just a little bit bigger. Okay, so then we have seeds, we have the rind, and we have the watermelon meat part right here. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like if I went to make it. good. So we have the seeds and the watermelon part right here. The text, I mean. Here we have the rind, which is its own piece, which is good because I don't love to layer tons of vinyl on top of each other. And then the meat part, which you can see the rind goes underneath it. I may just cut and remove that, we'll see. So an important thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we mirror it, because we always have to mirror it when we iron stuff on. Okay, and then once you're ready, you go ahead and you purchase that watermelon image for $1. Now that I'm feeling good about my design and I'm ready to go, let's go ahead and begin the cutting process. Okay, so I have all my tools out for right now. I'm going to begin by opening up my iron-on black vinyl, and then when I do the other colors, I'm going to use these foils. So I'm going to use the green and the pink for the foil watermelon. So the hard part is trying to get your vinyl stuck on there neatly. So I'm actually going to cover most of the sticky pad and just try to line up the top part. So you want the shiny side down because that's where your clear sheet is that you can go ahead and put on there. So I line that up. I'm going to roll this back up a little bit, peel off my cutter sheet, and try to get this as flat as I can. Okay, so to cut, we're going to go ahead and click Make It. Again, make sure that everything is mirrored because we are ironing it on from the opposite side. Make sure your device is already paired, and I have already purchased this image, so I'm good to go. I'm going to hit Continue. And I have set the material right here to iron on. Okay, and so I'm going to hit this one, and we're going to go. So finished cutting. Now I'm just going to unload it. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my other two colors, and then we'll weed it all out and get it ready to iron on. To set it to iron on foil, go ahead and turn your dial to custom, and then select under iron on foil. And then done, and then you're ready to go. So I've used my rotary cutter to cut close to each shape so that I have the rest of the vinyl I can use for later. And what I do is I just turn these over and I weed by removing all the things I don't need. So like right here in the center of this A, I'm gonna kind of pick this thing up and pull it out. So I mentioned this earlier, but here's my watermelon piece and my rind piece once they're weeded, and I don't love that I'm gonna have to layer this over this. So I am going to use my Cricut scissors and just trim the shell off of the pink one. Okay, our decal is cut and ready to go. Let's take this baby over to the ironing board. Okay, so the back of my Cricut cutting mat, the sticky side, the back of it's not sticky, so it's really nice to just stick these on because it'll be easy to get them on and off. So what I'm going to do is I have my shirt on my dress form, and I'm just going to stick this one where I think it looks good. I'm going to pin it on, and then I'm going to take it to the ironing board. So that way it's easier to figure out where I want it when there's kind of a body in it than when it's just laying flat. Okay, so I kind of figured out where I wanted it. I put it at a little bit less of a slant, so it's just barely going up, but I kind of like it that way. So I'll go ahead and just remove this from my dress form, and we'll go start the ironing part. Okay, I have my shirt laid out just how I want it. I'm going to use my iron. I'm going to heat up the shirt underneath where the applique is going to go. Okay, we're going to do this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Once that's done and it's nice and hot, I'm going to go ahead and put it exactly where I want it. Like this. We'll go ahead and remove that pin and kind of stick it down. The nice thing is that these are kind of sticky already, so it helps it stay in place. And then I'm going to use a napkin as a pressing cloth and apply heat on there. And we're going to do this again for about another 20 seconds, at which point we will flip it inside out and heat up the other side before we let it cool down and peel it all off. This part can be a little confusing, so I'm just gonna try and show you how I did it. So I just finished the green foil and I layered it just slightly over the pink where it needed to be. You'll remember that I cut the pink foil so that it wouldn't be the same exact size as the green. Okay, looks awesome. Now what I need to do is put these little seeds on. So I discovered that the easiest way to get the seeds to line up was to cut each one out individually and then stick it on. Just FYI. Woohoo! I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe and let me know if you're interested in more Cricut projects in the future. Thank you!